Hey there, how are you doing today? I'm Rod Buckton and thanks very much for coming along. Today's Facebook Live will go for around 10 minutes and I'll be online afterwards if you have any questions to run past me. Today I'll be talking about beliefs, and are your beliefs about your health and your business holding you back? I'll dive into a few beliefs and get you to question a few of yours along the way. So what's happening this week for me? Well, my wife and I celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary yesterday, so that was awesome, absolutely awesome. Also, we've had loads of rain here in Port Macquarie. We were at level 4 water restrictions. Water restrictions are still in place, and before this bit of rain, we're about to move to emergency levels, which at the moment couldn't use any outdoor water, so things were getting pretty tough. Quite surprising for a coastal town, subtropical climate, that this sort of thing could even happen on the coast. I know there's lots more of you out west are really suffering far more than us. So bit of rain for us, bit of rain inland is going a long way. And also provides a bit of bushfire relief. I've talked a little bit about it before. For the east coast of Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria, these rains are putting out loads of fires, which is fantastic. We've had a bushfire here in Port Macquarie at Linfield Park that started about 6 months ago, burnt the scrub, and then started burning underground. And there was a whole range of attempts to flood the ground to try to put it out. As it burned underground, it had this awful sulphur, smelly sort of a smell, smelling throughout the whole town and things. They all failed, but the rain has put it all out. So that is really good. So some great stuff for this week. Okay, let's get started. I'm really pleased that you're here. Thanks very much for coming along today. Do you ever stop and wonder why? Why do you think the things you do that just come on automatic? Things like, why do you keep putting off doing your monthly accounts, your bills? Why can't you finish writing that blog post that you know you need to write to get up onto your website? And why do you keep putting off having that tough conversation with your team member that's always running late and just seems to be letting the crew down? You can easily do these things. You may have even done them dozens of times before, but you just keep putting them off, procrastinating, thinking of other things to do, leaving it. Then at the last minute, it's a huge rush to get it all done, or you've let someone else down, and then when you've done it, it's really no big deal after all. And this seems to happen all the time, doesn't it? There's a good chance you've been carrying around beliefs for years that may influence these things or give different meanings to why you do the things that you do, particularly with the examples I've given you, and why you keep putting these things off. They might be things like you're not so good at this stuff. You might be worried about getting something wrong, making a mistake, looking a bit of a goose to you, your team, or to someone else. And you might feel a bit of pain. So you steer clear of these things for as long as possible. And I know exactly where you're coming from. There are fewer things on my list that are like this as well. I grew up in a small town, regional New South Wales, and started a small public school with only 100 kids. So back then, my world was really small. And my world of beliefs were very small as well. I moved to a nearby high school with 1,000 kids, big step up. It was a real eye-opener. But it was not until I moved out of home, moved to Newcastle to study and live, that my beliefs really changed. Living with a whole series of mates gives you a total different view of the world. Almost everything that I knew of as a kid was questioned. And looking back, it was a pretty stressful time at that point, but it was an awesome time. It opened a door to a whole new world to me. How to live, a whole range of different ways, how to eat, how to look after yourself, how not to look after yourself. My hair in particular, I had dreadlocks back then. And again, that was just changing my beliefs on how I thought I needed to present myself, what I needed to do, and getting back to living. And my music, my taste in music changed to be what it is still today. Great music. My first year out of home, a share house with another guy, and this guy and his mates, they just lived Dungeons and Dragons. That was a whole new world to me. On weekends, that's all they did, all day, all night. They had very different habits, very different beliefs to me, and these started to shape my new beliefs. It opened my mind to a whole range of different things. But as a business owner, What are your beliefs? What are these beliefs doing for you? Bit of research, according to entrepreneur.com, a few positive beliefs for business owners. Some things like anything is possible. Hard work pays off, even if it takes years to see it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can't do everything alone. Risks are necessary. Perspective and experience matter. And there's always more to learn. But then there's other beliefs that may be holding you back. Things like your product or service must be perfect before you launch. You must know everything that goes on in your business. Maybe you're not confident enough to step out of your comfort zone, try something new, try something different. And your job is only to tell people what to do. And these things can hold you back in a major way. Some of these things may come down to fear. Fear of failure, fear of not getting things right, fear of, as I said before, making a goose of yourself. So what I found, it's good to start to listen to the story in your mind. Understand more of your beliefs. Understand why you do the things you do, and start to ask yourself a few questions about this. What is it doing for you? Is it helping you move forward with your business? Is it holding you back and stopping you stepping up, going to the next level? Another big one for me is your health. What if you believe that you won't get crook? You never get crook, haven't been sick much before, and you'll just keep on going. But say deep down inside, you know you should do something. Perhaps you let your health slide a bit, haven't done anything for a while, haven't been eating well, no exercise, you've been living a highly stressful life, your sleep's not all that good. You know, things aren't all that flash, and you aren't as fit, healthy and well as you used to be. Maybe you're carrying a few extra kilos, you're not feeling great, and tired all the time. I bet you've noticed this affect your business as well. Perhaps you're not as sharp as you used to be, not making those split decisions. You might struggle to make it through the day. You're starting to make a few more mistakes here and there, and you're trying to cover them up from your team and your partners, all that sort of stuff, just to get by. You're starting to let yourself down, and you're starting to let your team down, and it's starting to affect your business. I'm sure you've got loads of excuses. Things like there's no time, you're feeling okay, and there's others that are much worse off than you. Or you'll just go and see your family doc, he'll give you a new script and it'll be all okay. Or perhaps you think it's just old age. Just something that happens to us all, just got to get on with it. Or a real illness won't happen to you. But what if it does? And what would that mean to you? Think about it for a minute. What would that do to your wife or your husband, your family, if you were forced out of your business, out of your life for a few weeks, for a few months, or even a few years? What does that really look like to you? Things like just spending a bit of time with your partner, your kids on the weekend, some family holidays you've been looking forward to, get away up the coast, overseas, whatever it is, that trip you guys have all been looking forward to and deserve for years and years. Or that new boat that you've had your eye on for a while, for your family to get out on the water and enjoy yourself on the weekend. What if that all came to a halt? All because you didn't look after yourself. And then what would that do to your business? Years and years of building it up, building the client base, putting the team together, building a great team, earning the respect of your team and your client, building trust, building integrity, with your crew, with your customers, with the community, all those things. And what about your customers? What's going to happen to them? As I said, you've been working on your business, building that up for years and years to get to the point you are today. What does it look like if all that came to a halt? Because you know, if you were to drop out of the system, out of your business for a few months, for a few years, it'll never be the same again. Good chance you'll lose your customers. They might stick around for a little while, but they won't stick around for long. And you won't be able to hang on to your team. If your customers go down, your business is going to suffer. So you won't have enough work for your team. Big change, massive, massive change. So what if I suggested you stop every now and again and just listen to yourself? Listen to your story, and listen to what your body is telling you. If your car needs a service or gets repaired, you get it fixed as soon as possible. You wouldn't want the inconvenience of not having your car, your ute, your wheels, whatever it is, to get yourself around town, to your meetings, on weekends, whatever it is. You wouldn't want the inconvenience of being without your car. We even put a sticker, or the mechanic puts a sticker on the windscreen, just to let us know when that next service is going to be, when that next oil change should be. And you wouldn't miss it for quits, I bet. I don't, that's for sure. So why wouldn't you do the same for yourself? What's it going to take for you to make a change before it's too late, before you don't take notice of the warning signs, the things that you're feeling, you haven't been feeling them forever? What's it going to take? Just to start with a few small changes and keep building and building to create a new healthy lifestyle that can support you for years and years to come. When I got crook with Lyme disease, it really took me and my family by surprise, and it turned my world on its head. I'd been pretty healthy up to then for most of my life. A few bumps and scrapes when I came off the mountain bike here and there. I had a head-on a trail bike in an accident a number of years before then, but that's another story for another day. But when Lyme disease came along for me, it took away a whole heap of stuff. It took away the life as I knew it. It took away my health. It took away my independence, and it changed my world almost overnight. It took away my ability to provide for my family as well. And that's something that I'd seen my father do the way and what he had always done for my family, and something I'd seen my grandparents and what they had also done for their families. So there you go, another belief of mine, providing for your family. So at the time with Lyme disease, I was crushed. I was absolutely hammered. And that was me. But for you, for others, it could be a lifestyle disease with a similar outcome that just hits you head on, turns your world upside down, and changes your life in an instant. It can take away your health, it can take away your independence, and take away the good life as you know it, as you are living it today. All because of living a plain old poor lifestyle and not looking after yourself. Deep down inside, you probably know you need to change. You need to do a few things. Maybe you want to, maybe you just don't know how. You see others your age out and about, kicking a ball with the kids, running around, doing stuff, having a surf on the weekends, going for bike rides, doing all these great things. But you just can't bring yourself to do it. You don't have the energy. You don't feel anywhere near up to it. The best that you can do is, walk around the block or mow the lawn on the weekend. But it can be you, and you need to start to make a change. You need to start to listen to yourself. How good would it be to feel well again? For you and your business, to feel sharp, to feel confident, to feel alert, to be in total control of yourself, your decision making, and your business, being able to make snap decisions for yourself, your crew, and keep your business powering forward, heading in the direction that you want it to go. It's your time to change. So there you go, a few thoughts on beliefs, what I've experienced, and a few really, really important things I think you should consider. If you'd like to talk further about personalised lifestyle coaching, feel free, drop me a message, give us a call and we can have a chat. I'm coaching face-to-face for locals in Port Macquarie and over Zoom or Skype or over the phone for others who live outside of our area. I'm Rod for Sports Adventure. Thanks very much for coming along. It's great to talk to you today. Hope you've had a good experience. I really enjoy bringing this stuff to you. I see how it changes lives. People I'm coaching week in, week out. Maybe I can do the same for you as well. Thanks again. Have a great day. Catch you next week.